Gleeok Sr. looks intimidating, and this can be a very menacing room during your run, as it comes after some very difficult combat inside of level 8. But the fight itself actually involves fewer swings than the Gleeok Jr. fight in level 4, and therefore can actually be a quicker room clear than the previous one. The reason? We've got the magical sword now and only need 9 hits on Gleeok as opposed to 16. How do we get out in one piece though? Let's dive in. We enter Gleeok's room from a southern bomb hole, and we're thrown right into combat because as soon as you enter, Gleeok will be ready to throw a fireball at you. Due to this, we don't want to charge directly at him and start swinging, as a hit from this can throw your entire early fight off. What we want to do instead is be ready to move a half tile to the left, or a full tile, dodging this first fireball, and place Link no lower than this third row of tiles, ready to start swinging north. What you'll usually see is Link ending up right around here, swinging north, and as the heads expand outward, you'll start picking off that first head right here with these swings. The pattern you want to get into is a 1-2 swing, dodge, 1-2, dodge movement, as you can usually get a full 2 swings in while you're waiting for the next fireball to appear. Just like Gleeok Jr., this guy can only fire 1 fireball at a time on the screen, so once you see that first one, that's your cue to begin attacking. The reason we begin to the left of this first fireball is because the hitbox of Gleeok's heads actually skew to the right. So when Link stabs vertically, since he's left-handed, the hitbox of your sword splits the middle of the sword and not Link, meaning your sword's hitbox actually skews to the left of you as well. As we start knocking off Gleeok's heads and dodging fireballs by working our way to the right of the room, you'll end up on the right side of Gleeok for the final few blows, which is where you want to be with those hitboxes. Let's take a look at a clean kill on low health to see this in action. Alright, let's break this fight down and show you exactly what Link was doing during this entire Gleeok Sr. fight. Initially, we see Link walk north, and what he's doing is he's prepping the move. As that first fireball starts to fire south, you're going to see Link take that half step to the left. He's reading that fireball to see if it's going vertically, which it is. If it's going directly vertically, you only have to take a half step to dodge this and get through. If it's going diagonally, you're going to have to move a little bit more to the left, but you see the head starting to widen out, so this is going to work exactly as planned for us. We're going to get Link all the way up to this third row here. We're going to get the first hit in, and then what you're going to do is you're going to see Link prep for that second fireball. As soon as this first one got off the screen, Link was not able to do 2 fireballs in a row because if that fireball is vertical, you only have time for the first 1 swing. As soon as this is gone, Gleeok can throw a second one. It's a variable timer there. The fireball doesn't always have to come directly after the other one leaves the screen. He can pause a bit and then throw. Just being ready for that first one and being able to move out of the way this second one as it's getting ready to fire means you're getting ready to set up these 1-2 stabs, which we're going to see here. So Link moves to the right. He's out of the way of this second fireball right here. You see him connect on a second swing. He moves down because he's trying to avoid any heads that are starting to lengthen out and come this way. And he's going to go ahead and swing back for that first opening kill. So we got 1 swing here. Link moved to the right to dodge that second fireball, and we got a 1-2 and knocked off that first head. So we got 6 more hits left. The first head that you knock off takes 3, and then each head after that's going to take 2. So that's where we get the 9 hits from. 3 on the first one and then 2, 2, 2. So Link is going to now prep for the second fireball, and he's going to dodge. The fireball can come from either the detached heads or the body. It actually skews a little bit towards the detached head. So if you're trying to decide, okay, is the fireball going to come from the body or the heads, and you're kind of having to guess which one when you're prepping for the fireball to come out again, it's going to lean towards the detached heads. Something to keep in mind, and it could affect which way you're going to move or dodge in the future. So that is something to have knowledge of as you're going through this fight. But Link is going to move to the right. He's going to swing here. He's trying to hit this head right over here. And he does connect. And you see him getting ready to stab again. So now we've got 2 down. So there's that 1-2. And then he's going to dodge. We see a fireball coming from this top head here. This is actually a really good fireball for Link. It's going to allow him, 1, to have time to dodge here, and he's going to be able to read this detached head. The detached head right now is a little more troublesome than the fireball is. And that's the variance of this room. That's the most difficult part, is that it's not just in level 4. We had one head that detached, and that was it, and you had a head and a fireball, and everything else you're trying to get the final 6 hits in. Well, here you're going to have, one detached head. Now we've got 2, and then we're going to have a third in a second. So you have 4 projectiles that'll be coming after you, which is why you want to get out of this quickly. And you want to get in a rhythm of the 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So getting in a rhythm of swinging vertically and moving from left to right, which is what we're seeing Link here do, is going to be key. So this head starts going down to the left. Link knows he's got a clear way to get to this third head. He's going to swing vertically again. There's a swing right there. He's got the fireball now that he could read and get all the way over this way. And again, because Link is left-handed, he knows right now the hitbox, the hit detection on this Gleeok head is going to be on the right side of the head right here. If Link swings vertically right now, his hitbox on the sword is going to be able to touch this head. We'll look at this in a second, the actual hitboxes, and take a look at the collision in a second. But from the Gleeok 4 fight, Gleeok Jr. fight, that we can swing to the right of the head and still connect. So he is able to get that finishing kill on this third head right here. And then all we got to do is we got to finish the 4th one. Now the problem is getting to the 4th one when we've moved from left to right and we're on the far right side of the room. We still want to swing vertically because you have more of a hitbox on a vertical swing than a horizontal one, which is something else we'll look at in a second. So we want to try to get underneath that head or on top of it, up here, this box right here, and swing south. It's the same thing. You're going to have the same hitbox swinging vertically from the top or the south. So this is a key important box for you too. So Link has to decide, am I going to come under this way or over this way, or am I going to finish to the left going this way? If you finish horizontally, your swings have to be on point because your hitbox is just a little bit smaller on the sword. But what Link does is he says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and move left and come underneath of it. We're going to watch for a fireball. The fireball does fire from the body this time. Link sees it, but he's prepping for this final kill. And this is something that's very important. When you're on very low health like this, we have 2 swings left, okay? Even if Link takes a fireball right here, if he's to connect at the exact same time as this fireball, it hits Link, he's going to be able to get this second hit in before he's going to take damage again. So this is called, it's like a closing speed. If you've got more hearts than swings it takes left on Gleeok, then go ahead and close, and you kind of don't worry about the damage because you're going to be more at risk of dying in a situation like this if you take the hit, swing once, and then start scurrying around, start dancing and trying to go around. If you know you can close this fight out in 2 swings faster than Gleeok's going to be able to damage you in 2 hearts because you've got some iframes in there too, you want to go ahead and close the fight out, which is exactly what Link does here. So he takes the hit. He does have the knockback. We know if Link's here, he's going to get knocked back 2 tiles. You can advance 3 tiles in iframes back. So Link's going to turn right back around. He knows where Gleeok's head's going to be. So he's going to go ahead and fire right now. And he's cognizant of this fireball, right? He knows this fireball's coming. But as soon as he's going to finish off Gleeok's last final blow, the only thing that can be on the screen that can hurt you is that fireball. So he's prepping to get away from that fireball. Unfortunately, he went straight north and Gleeok's head kept expanding to the right. So he's got to finish him off a different way. The 3 heads, fortunately, are on the outside of the screen. With this fireball is going to be here forever. This thing's going to be on the screen for days. So Link's in no danger right now of anything here hurting him. He can go all the way here into the body. The collision on the body is right in here. The collision on this head is right here. So Link is perfectly fine standing on the neck right here. And he's going to swing to the right. There's nothing Gleeok can do. It can't throw another fireball at you, so you know you're safe for this final blow. So this is a 1-2, is a calculated 1-2, and he went ahead and went for it. Again, dancing down here and waiting for the perfect shot is not the thing to do when you're at that 1 heart. He's just trying to close it out as fast as he can, and that's a good fight. That is a very fast kill, very efficient kill. We only missed a couple swings in there, took 1 bop. It's very rare to get a perfect Gleeok. It's kind of, managing the health that you have versus the number of hits remaining is what we're worried about here. So we discussed a little bit about the collision box with a horizontal versus a vertical swing. So right here, taking a look at what happens when Link swings his sword. Again, he's left-handed here, right? So Link is fully on this tile right now. He's completely on this tile. But you see the hitbox of the sword is actually going to skew to the left because it's coming out of his left hand. The sword is on the left 2/3 of this tile here. So it's going to split the sword here, which means that your hitbox on the sword, your collision box, is going to creep over not all the way 1.5 tiles, but just short of that. So you got a little bit of play here when you swing vertically. You're going to hit things that are right here on this half tile, and things even fully on this tile, as long as their hitbox is big enough. So this is why you want to get to the right side of Gleeok, because if Gleeok is dancing around here and he's extending his head over to this way, you don't have to be fully up on him to hit his hitbox, his head hitbox. You can actually be to the right of him and still make contact there. If we compare that to a horizontal swing, what you'll see is that, again, Link is stabbing the lower 2/3 here. You're still getting this full tile right here, but we're not creeping near as far north as we did to the west when Link was turned the other way. So what that really means to you is that when you're swinging east-west on a Gleeok head, you've got to almost be exactly on the row that Gleeok head's going to be, because you have no give north or south. There's a real small area of overlap here with the next row above you, but again, not as much and not as inside of your plan of attack as the north-south, the vertical one. So if you compare that again with the other way, and if you're standing right here and you're swinging south, and you've got this entire row right here, this entire half column, and this column here, well, Gleeok's heads, if he's anywhere right of center mass right here, you're going to make contact, and it's going to be very easy. Here, if we're turning horizontal, you've got to be right on the money. So you should prefer, when you're fighting Gleeok, to swing north-south as opposed to east-west. East-west is fine for maybe a final blow, or the next to final blow, and then follow it up with either the same attack or a vertical one if you've got one head left and you're like maybe way over here. But this is a very dangerous place to be in this fight, because you can get pinned. You can have a head south of you, and all of a sudden there's a fireball coming, and there's a head south of you. There's nowhere to go in this corner. This is kind of dead man's land right here. You do not want to be here. This is fine because you're close enough to make contact. Over here, you're not making contact if this head's all the way over here. And you got fireballs and 2 or 3 heads that are swimming around, so you don't want to be caught this way trying to do horizontal swings, because you're just putting yourself in danger. And just to close on the discussion with Link's sword, it even extends, the hitbox for Link's sword even is going to extend behind where the sword is. So you can actually, the Gleeok head is to the west of us. We're swinging north. We're still able to make contact here with a vertical swing, just because this hitbox is so large. It extends all the way to Link's feet. That's kind of a forgotten point sometimes, is the hitbox goes south of Link. It's not just, this line here with the sword extending up and that's it. As you swing, you're going to make contact with anything here to the west of Link, all the way over to this tile right here, because we're on the half tile, all the way over to this tile. So we're going to make contact with his head, which is what we're trying to do for the final blow. So as Link extends his sword, it's not just what's above him and to the left and upper left. You're going to make contact here with anything to the west of Link. So it's an important distinction to make as you work yourself to the right and as you work yourself north in this fight, which is what you want to do. That's the flow you want to get into, is that you're going to have that entire left side of Link as well that's in play. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the 1-2 rhythm concept before, and this is a great fight right here from Eunos that really, really displays it well. You're going to see the exact same fight. He's got a little more health here, but this is going to be a completely clean fight, but you're going to see the rhythm. Swing 1, swing 2, dodge. Swing 1, swing 2, dodge. 1, 2, dodge. 1, 2, dodge. You get yourself in that rhythm, and all of a sudden now that dodge is going to be a natural dodging fireballs. As you dodge the fireball, you're also looking at the detached heads as you get further along through to see where you're going to set up swing 3, swing 5, swing 7, wherever it is you are in that cycle. Watch this one. This is a very good fight to kind of mirror your fights after. This is exactly what we talked about with everything we talked about so far, starting to the left, working to the right, and 1-2 dodge. And that's perfect. The horizontal swing you saw there in the next to last hit was getting Link, prepped in place for that final vertical swing that's above going to the south. And again, this is a good pocket to be in, because if you get hit with the fireball, it can't bop you anywhere. There's nowhere for that fireball to push you, so you're still in line if you've got plenty of health to make the final kills and not lose any time on your rhythm. So that was a very, very well executed fight by Eunos there. The last consideration we have in this room is, just like in level 4, when we were forcing a bomb on Gleeok Jr., we can also force on Gleeok Sr. It's going to be a little difficult in finishing the kill off because you have 4 projectiles that are flying at you. You've got 3 detached heads, and you've got the fireball that's constantly on you. But the good news is you only have 3 hits to complete after you've laid that bomb in order to reap the reward. If you remember back to level 4, we had 6 hits to complete with the wood sword on that final Gleeok head and Gleeok Jr. So this one, there's fewer swings, but there's a little more danger inside the room. So you've got to be very, very fast and very efficient with the final killing blows. The biggest question is, should you do it? If you're very low on resources, we know right now you're going to need bombs for level 9, correct? You need a bomb to open up level 9. You need a bomb inside the foyer room to the left to get you through that room. And then you need a bomb to open up the next room. And then you need a bomb after that to force on the Zals if you're going to force inside a level 9. So if you are anything fewer than 4 bombs, you're either having to trust your skills on forcing inside the foyer of level 9, which you can do, or learning to drop a bomb here and picking up 4 bombs, enabling you to get all the way into the Zal room is going to be very, very beneficial. You don't want to leave level 8 with 3 bombs, and now you've got to make a huge decision. You're under pressure in level 9 anyway. This is a good place to do it. So anything from, that 1 bomb to 5 bomb range, you probably should be laying this bomb down. You should probably be laying this bomb down and giving this a go. So how do you do it? What you have to be cognizant of and you have to be clear of is that there's 3 swings left after you lay the bomb. The first is going to be finishing the last hit on head number 3 that's flying off that you're actually getting the bomb roll up on. Sometimes that one flies away and you get lucky and get another one that runs across, but the key here, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the bomb roll up on the 3rd head as you kill. So you got to count. 1, 2, 3, there's 1 head off. 4, 5, that's the 2nd head off. 6, and then we're laying a bomb on swing 7. So before swing 7, you've got to make sure that the area is clear. The 2 heads that you can see aren't near you, and the fireball is a known commodity to you. You've got to make sure the fireball is either on the screen and you're not going to hit it as you're prepping for kill 7, for swing 7, or if it hasn't fired yet, maybe you wait a beat, get the fireball on there, and then force the bomb. But you want to make sure you know everything that's going on swing 7. That's the important one. After you lay it, swing 7 happens. You get the bomb roll up. Now you've got to play dodgeball and get the final 2 kills. You can't now tank the last 2 because you've got health anymore. You've got to actually make them a clean kill. So it takes a little more prep work. Swing 7, 8, and 9 are a little more dangerous, but the reward is so much more worth it because you have resources actually going into 9. And it's something that you should just get in the habit of attempting to do. It's an advanced strat for sure, but it's one that you should have in your toolbox as you're looking at resources from level 8 going into level 9. Let's take a look at a successful bomb placement and a bomb force here where we have Link on his last bomb inside of level 8. All right, so the key parts of this were that we know we're on 1 bomb. It takes 1 bomb to open up level 9 anyway, so there's no way to force doing that without losing massive amounts of time, so we had to do this. So Link is clearing the area here, and he's going to make sure that he sees the fireball and knows where the fireball is. He knows it's right here. He knows it's coming either from this flying head or this flying head or the body. So Link is going to lay it down. He's got a clear path right now. There's nothing around him. This is a good time to do it. He's going to lay the bomb. He's going to hit the final shot. And then right here, Link has got to dodge this fireball, and then he's got to do 2 more hits on the 4th Gleeok head while not knowing which way this 3rd Gleeok head is going. Because there's so many unknowns at this point after we've laid the bomb, we've done this final swing, we've got this 3rd head getting ready to fly. What you see Link do is you see Link assess the situation by getting out of the way of everything. So he's going to go up right here, but again, this is a bad spot to be. We know we don't want to hem ourselves into this corner. So he's just going to dodge the fireball right here. He's going to make 1 swing. Everything's still off, but this fireball's gone. So Link knows right now he cannot be here. He does not want to finish up right there. So Link is going to move, knowing this is a terrible spot to be in. He's going to move south. And he's going to look for a spot for this last kill. He's really reading these heads right now. He knows where the fireball is going to go. He knows the direction, the vector of the fireball, so he's good with that. But he's reading these heads right now to find out, okay, when am I going to be able to get into Gleeok? Moves to the left here, gets over the fireball. He knew the direction the entire time. These heads are staying to the southwest. So you see Link go ahead and go up here, get the final kill, and go. So we saw the bomb drop, we saw the swing, and then we see Link analyzing the situation, saying, okay, how can I get 2 more hits without getting hit? The head stayed away from him for the most part. The fireball was the most dangerous part. Once you know that vector, you can take off and you can go and finish up the kill. So this is, again, it's easier because there's less time in between the bomb and the kill giving you the bomb pack, but there's more on the screen, so you just have to get used to reading more stuff. If you can do that, if you can read the screen for 2 or 3 seconds, that's all it's going to take. It's 2 or 3 seconds and you've got your bomb pack. So again, something that we highly recommend you learning and getting done. So let's recap Gleeok Sr. The most important aspects of this entire fight is remembering that Gleeok is going to be ready for you right when you come in. You want to move to the left and get ready for your 1-2 dodge, 1-2 dodge movement. Your swings always want to be vertical here. You don't want to swing horizontally unless you're finishing the fight off. If you're at low health, you want to get into closing range, which means get as many shots off as you can without taking damage. And then if you're at 3 or 4 hearts, once you've got 2 or 3 hits left, go into tank mode. Go ahead and finish it off. Use Link's iframes as a tool for yourself to finish the fight. You don't want to die to Gleeok on very low health when you've got 1 or 2 fights left and you were at 3 hearts, and that's because you were dancing around the entire room. If you're at that, you're within closing range, just go ahead and finish him off. He can't do enough damage to you faster than you can kill him. So you might as well take that and use that for your advantage. Dropping the bomb, what should be going through your mind is 1 through 6. Those swings are the same. Swing 7, you're going to assess the area, make sure you're good for that plant, swing, and then get out of there. And then swings 8 and 9 are just reading the room and getting those 2 back to back. Again, we can't tank those because we've dropped the bomb and we can't take any more damage. Even running into one of the Gleeok heads, which doesn't take any hearts, not even a half heart from you, is still going to mess up your bomb. So you don't want to run into anything at that point. But yeah, you do need to be thinking about using the bombs. If we're a 1 bomb situation, we absolutely want to do it. All the way up to 5 or 6 bombs you want to go ahead and try to force, because it's going to make your level 9 easier as far as resources goes. Other than that, don't fear this fight. It's not as bad as a Gleeok Jr. fight. Once you get into the rhythm of the fight, and understanding that you're more powerful than Gleeok Sr. is, you'll start to understand how to fight this room on 2 or 3 hearts, and hopefully more if your level 8 went as well as it should have. Gleeok Sr. is not as menacing as he looks. Good luck.